Welcome back to Digital Futures Education. In this video, I'm going to go over a self-assessment to truly help you self-assess your readiness for a career in the IT field. Now, please remember as we go over this self-assessment that this is truly a self-assessment for those looking to enter the field. It's not for those with advanced experience or those with very specific experience. This is really if you're looking to get started, looking to start to ask questions about your skills and abilities, entering IT fields, and applying and looking for positions. This is a tool that I use often in the very first stages of a boot camp activity with students to help them self-assess themselves. And if you would like a copy of this self-assessment so that you can self-assess your own abilities, please visit digitalfutureseducation.com for a free download. I will also include a download in the description. So let's go ahead and get started. So what we have here is a document with self-assessment questions, things to really think about as you begin to get started with an entry-level interest in an IT career field. So let me go ahead and enlarge the sections. So one of the very first questions that I'm sure to ask of any student group or someone looking to get involved with IT is, what attracts you to the field? Consider the specific technologies, trends, or impacts that you're passionate about. And this is just an opportunity to help someone speak or clearly explain why they're interested in the field and help them get started with getting out their first thoughts or feelings around their interest level. So if you're following along with this video, start to take a minute to think about, what attracts you to the field? Why are you interested in a career in IT? In this very first section is current job interest and current work skills. So the very first question is, what type of IT job are you interested in? Basically trying to nail down your very first next step. And the status of this option within the self-assessment here is full-time, part-time, internship, job shadow, apprenticeship, freelance, or contract. So that's a really wide range of options for entering into the IT field. You may have some experience where you can potentially do freelance work in a particular area. You may be looking for an apprenticeship where working underneath someone and gaining some experience that way. Job shadow is a very easy way to get some experience, seeing how, going to a workplace, seeing how people do specific jobs or tasks during the day. You could look for a part-time position or full-time. Maybe you're not fully prepared for a full-time position. Maybe you're just looking for part-time work. All of these become important questions as you start to break down, what you're truly looking for in that first opportunity. The next question we're going to break into is, what size of company would you prefer to work for? There's going to be some different tastes here. Is it a nonprofit, a small business or startup, or a medium-sized corporation or a large corporation? I think one thing to think about is that not all business environments are good for every person. Some people may want the opportunity that comes with a startup or a small business environment, and some people may be more interested in a large corporation or a medium-sized corporation opportunity. And there's also the option of a nonprofit. Sometimes that's a great place to get your start. Someplace that's a great place to have a certain level of job security in that you may become part of a smaller team. Something to think about. It's just something to think about. The next question is a pretty big one. Which of the following entry-level IT roles are you most interested in? And I ask students here to select all that apply. These are roles that are defined in the presentation page with entry-level skills and descriptions in red on the bottom. So this is all part of a bootcamp activity that I do, and I give them definitions of these roles. In this video, since I'm purely going over just the self-assessment tool itself, I won't provide those definitions, but I have other videos in which you'll find, and I can link those in the description as well, that help you give specific documentation of these roles and titles. Here, I give them the opportunity to list systems analyst, network technician, junior software developer, or help desk technician. These are generic descriptions, broad, but also can be specific to your interest when starting out. You may, really be prepared for more of a, help desk technician role, troubleshooting the front line of issues within an organization. Junior software development is definitely someone who's got much more of a programming focused career goal. A network technician, which is, a goal that's probably going to take a couple years to acquire or multiple years of experience and training to help you get potential opportunities in that field. And then systems analyst, which is basically a role that kind of covers some other areas, whether it's data integration or other available software or data systems within an organization. But it helps you, if you're doing the assessment, start to narrow down the scope of types of job positions you're seeking. Now, another potential area to look into here is this based around this question: what industries are you the most interested in working in? Select all that apply. So here I give students the opportunity to list large corporation, healthcare, which is always a growing IT area, finance and banking, which has very specific security needs, even much more advanced than some other types of organizations, education, government, and retail. I think this is just something to help you think about what type of work environments and different types of spaces and what types of job opportunities come from these types of environments. In a large corporation, you might get kind of lost within a larger world of the tech and have a larger growing curve and have a larger growth curve in order to feel like you're, understanding everything happening. In healthcare, you're going to have different technology than maybe in other types of environments. Finance and banking, you're definitely going to have a higher level of focus on security and potentially cybersecurity areas. Education is going to have different apps and resources and technologies which are specific to education. Government is going to definitely have a wide range of available roles, and retail is going to be focused maybe on the marketing and banking side of a retail business. Now this part of the self-assessment is purely dedicated to helping you measure your current job interests and work skills. Now, one important part of that is part of a job interest is also, what are your salary expectations for an entry level IT position? And here I have the options of less than 30,000, 30 to 40,000, 50 to 60,000, above 60, and not sure. The reason why I include this is because as you choose specific roles, and then you begin to do additional research into the roles, you're going to want to make sure that these roles match your salary expectations. And just to give an idea, many entry level IT positions start in that 40 to $60,000 range, maybe the end of the 30, 40 up through that $60,000 range currently in the United States. Now, as it goes above, of course, it's going to take additional training and certifications and education potentially and experiences. Now, that's why I have these lower numbers, because this is really focused on entry level positions and what might be entailed, and also around the expectations of the person taking the survey. The next thing to really think about, as you're beginning to prepare for a career in IT, is what's your highest level of education completed. Now, this is going to really help you not only acquire more money in a particular position or define the position that you're going to achieve in itself. So here I have the options of high school GED, some college, associate's degree, bachelor's degree, or other. And this is just to begin, if you're taking this assessment and you're really looking for a position and wondering where to start, your expectations around salary, type of position, is going to really be very dependent upon the amount of education that you currently have and if you need to acquire more education. So if you're working with me, potentially helping you, coach you towards the next step in your career, what you're going to find is that there may be additional education required. The next area of this self-assessment is work experience and skills. Which of these technical skills do you possess? Select all that apply. See entry level page, entry level IT skills and descriptions. So I'll also provide the entry level IT skills and descriptions in the description of this video, just to give you context if you're not sure. But basically here, I'm listing programming, network management, database management, cybersecurity basics, cloud computing basics, or other. Now, this is a very broad list, but it should help you narrow your scope, maybe potentially into career options. If you have programming skills, that might align to database management or software development. Network management, you might be looking more at a networking position. Strictly database management, database position. So, and so on. And the cybersecurity basics is also a great place that if you have some experience with cybersecurity, some some potential positions are going to have a little bit of more alignment with those skills. The next question also helps you develop your focus. Do you have any previous work experience in IT or other related fields? And that's a strongly disagree, agree, strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, agree, or strongly agree. Agree. Now, this helps frame your experience where, if you're really starting out, you can begin to add some of those maybe transferable skills from other positions, or if you have particular IT skills that you can distinctly add, that's a place to put into the notes, or, a place where you can note that you do have those experiences. And the final section of this part of the assessment is, are you proficient in any languages other than English? If yes, please specify. So this is a yes or no. And it's just an opportunity here to kind of explain that you have the skill, as in some level, in some environments, being bilingual has a tremendous advantage. Now, just to review, this section of the IT self-assessment is all about your current interest and work skills. So what we just did was we reviewed, your job interests, your work skills, what size company you prefer to work for, your entry level roles that you're potentially looking at, industries that you might think about joining, your salary expectations, education completed, work experience that you may have acquired in other positions or other education, and additional skills and experience that you've acquired in other places. This sets the tone for beginning to choose jobs or positions that are aligned with your interests, aligned with your expectations for salary, and can begin to frame what you're looking for in your next step. And just to give you a window into, other parts of this assessment that I'll be making videos on, you'll see here there's technical skills and knowledges, in which we'll talk about the technical skills and knowledges within a self-assessment. There's job skills as they relate to being an entry-level job skills. And there's opportunities to reflect on your own hard and soft skill development, developing areas of growth as you move forward, and beginning to set a goal for your career in IT. Thanks for checking out the video and going over these current job interests and work skills as part of the first part of a self-assessment to help you get started in looking for your career. Please visit digitalfutureseducation.com, where you can access this self-assessment for your own purposes and help you develop your skills and develop a plan for you to get to the next step. Thanks for watching.